Woyaya. Welcome, welcome to the NUUC Unitarian Universalist congregation. We're glad you're here. My name is Debbie Gentry, and I am your worship associate for today. And I'm just going to say right up front, I don't like microphones. But This is a Come As You Are congregation, and we are really glad you're here. I want to extend a special welcome to any visitors. We'd love to stay connected, so please sign up for our communications at the main entrance. Here at NUUC UU, we foster a beloved community that celebrates diversity, strives for peace and justice, acts mindfully for the good of the planet, and inspires spiritual growth through a free and loving search for truth and meaning. We honor the ground we walk upon and acknowledge this land as the traditional and ancestral homeland of the Arapaho, the Cheyenne, and Ute nations and people. We recognize and honor the indigenous peoples as original stewards of this land and vow to reconcile the deep wounds that still shape our world today. So a few announcements. First, we have a new sound system for Zoom. Not for me, for Zoom, which allows the folks on Zoom who are joining us to hear much better than before, and the choir, to hear the choir as we will sing. Yeah. Please take note of the many things that are happening here at NUUC. They are listed as well on the back of your order of service. Thank you, Kathy. But here are a few highlights. Next Sunday, beginning at 10 a.m., join Reverend Dr. Claire Hamore and Mim, the worship associate, as Claire does a service called, I probably won't get this right, Atithi Devo Bhava. A guest is divine. He will share his experience of being strangers in strange lands and look for a way to care for guests, whoever they are and however they might arrive. If you're interested in attending General Assembly for the Unitarian Universalist Association, NUUC has funds to help you pay for it. Here's the catch. You have to apply by tomorrow.
Oh.
Yeah. You can find more details in your order of service. Dances of Universal Peace is coming up again Saturday, April the 5th at 6:30, and y'all, this is fun. This is good stuff. Please join special guest mass dancer leader Timothy Dobson, joining us and our usual crew for an evening of sacred music, dance, and community. You can find more details again in your order of service. And please join us after the service today for our celebration of a successful pledge campaign. And I want to say many thanks to everyone who is involved in putting this service on today. Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Debbie. Well, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
What a wonderful, beautiful, rainy day. Yes, we need the moisture. It's going to be beautiful out there. So our theme for the month, and this is our last service of the month, we are considering the notion of trust. How does trust show up in your life? So I'd like to begin by sharing a poem by Thomas Smith called Trust. Like so many other things in life to which you must say no or yes, so you take out your car to the new mechanic, sometimes the best thing to do is trust. The
No
package
choice.
is left with the disreputable looking clerk, the check gulped by the night deposit. Do we do that anymore? The envelope passed by dozens of strangers all show up at their intended destinations. The theft that could have happened doesn't. Wind finally gets where it is going, through the snowy trees and the river, even when frozen, arrives at the right place. And sometimes you sense how faithfully your life is delivered, even though you can't read the address. And may we join together in sharing our affirmation. Love is the spirit of this congregation, and love serves its call. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. And in that spirit of trust and love, may we turn to each other and greet each other good morning. Once again, good morning, and good morning to all of our visitors today. It's wonderful to see you here, and we're so glad you're here and look forward to getting to know you better. So, I have a story, and if anyone who considers themselves a child would like to come forward and join me up here, that would be great fun. I know, and you're definitely a child. All right, woohoo, thank you. All right, yay, woohoo, my buddies, all my buddies. Good to see you, good to see you, glad you're here. This one doesn't have a lot of pictures, but you'll see a picture on the screen that gives you a bit of a hint about what this is about. Once upon a time, first of all, is my microphone on? Maybe you could turn it up just a little bit more, be great. Thank you. Thank you. Once upon a time, long, long ago, we know how this starts. In a Japanese village, there was an old pot that had been passed down through generations and generations. One day, a child from the family who owned the pot was playing with it when they weren't supposed to, and they dropped it. The pot hit the floor and it cracked, and it lost its ability to hold water. The child picked up the pieces and tried to hide them, for they knew they were not supposed to be playing with it in the first place. Is this reminiscent of anything that's ever happened to you? Yeah, me too. Yeah. And for days, the family searched for the pot, and eventually, the child brought out the pieces and explained what happened. And their family was furious, just like she knew they would be. How can we ever trust you again? Oh, they asked the child, and they brought the pieces outside to throw away. And a village elder happened to be watching and asked if they could give the pot to him instead, for he was sure he could fix it. The family handed over the pieces, but no doubt that the pot could ever, they completely doubted that the pot could ever be restored to its former state. What the family didn't know was that the elder had been trained in the Japanese art of repairing broken pottery with lacquer mixed with gold. The elder worked patiently, ensuring that each crack was carefully mended. After several days of painstaking effort, the pot was restored to its original shape. Though the cracks were still visible, the pot was now stronger than ever before. I'd like to be stronger maybe I should get more cracked. So it's one of those days, sometimes I'm a smart aleck, I can't help it. So the elder returned the pot and explained to the family, I know you are mad, but remember, trust is like this pot. Yes, it can crack and sometimes be broken open. But we have the power within us to fix those cracks. And if done well, the pot can end up being even stronger and more beautiful than before. And then the wise elder mysteriously handed the child his special brush and the parents the jar of paint. So, my friends, as we are all dealing with broken things, many broken things, kids and adults alike, and everybody in between, remember this elder's brush and gold paint, and trust that when well repaired, what was once broken can be stronger and more beautiful than it was before. May that be so. Amen. Thanks for joining me. Well, it's been a while since you guys have been up here. It's good to see you. Are you in a play coming up? Are you in Matilda? Yeah, I thought so. Would you please go to that microphone really quickly and tell everybody? Yep, you do. I know. What can I say? Oh, here comes Mom. Yep. Okay.
This is my mom, guys. I am Mom. Hi. Okay, so we are both in Matilda the Musical. It's going to be performed at Mountain View High School on April 11th through the 13th. It's a really good performance. It's performed with Find Your Light, which is a really good business. I've been doing shows with them for a while. They're awesome. Yeah.
And you managed to get your mom, Katie, involved in this one too.
Yeah, I
So cool.
convinced my mommy to audition.
All right.
Which was really nice.
So maybe we can all show up and see them. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now we're going to sing you guys out, and maybe that's just back to your...
This is NPR, Namakwa Public Radio, coming to you live from our sanctuary studio in America's Sweetheart City. I'm Paquette, and this is Wait, Tell Me Good News. And in the studio again for the last time is Kathy Spoon, the co-chair of the 2025-2026 Pledge Drive. Kathy, thank you for joining us one last time.
Tam, thank you for having me back.
Okay, well, Kathy, over the last 3 weeks, we've covered a lot of important topics. The reason for the annual pledge drive, the aspirations Namakwa has for the money they are raising, and the reality of keeping the congregation going. Is there anything that you wanted to talk about that we didn't cover?
Well, Tam, there's one more thing. It sounds small, especially for folks who have been with this congregation for a long time, and they do their giving through automatic withdrawals from their bank account or a credit card.
Ooh, well, this sounds very serious.
Yeah, it is. Every pledge year, as a point of ethics, we must get permission from the person donating to continue receiving that amount. This means that if you're a member and haven't filled out a fresh pledge form this year, you will need to fill it out on paper, on Breeze, or by scanning the QR code and filling it out.
I understand. Okay, so you don't want to be like one of those services that you sign up for once and then they're constantly withdrawing money from your account that you completely forgot about?
Bingo.
Okay.
We are a congregation that is all about right relationship. And let's face it, most people are not comfortable talking about money, especially in church. However, we approach fundraising from the most ethical perspective. This congregation addresses contributions annually so that members and friends can make an informed decision on what level of giving they want for the coming year.
So they fill out the permission form each year as a covenant to contribute.
Exactly.
Well, that's fantastic. And what an exceptional way to practice your values. Well, it sounds like we have a caller on the line.
We hope.
Hello. Welcome to the program. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Rebecca Williamson, and I'm president of NUUC's Board of Trustees in Loveland, Colorado.
Welcome, President Williamson. Let me make sure everybody in our studio audience can hear you. Can everybody hear President Williamson? Fantastic. Well, welcome back. Weren't you on vacation for the last few weeks during the beginning of the pledge drive?
That's right. And I heard that the committee was doing a terrific job, and they were having way too much fun without me.
Well, having too much fun is not possible, Rebecca, but welcome home to you and Tom.
Glad to be back. Now I'm sure all the folks in your studio audience and at home listening are dying to know your progress.
What do you say, audience? Is she correct? Okay, Kathy, give us the good news.
Okie doke. 64% of pledge forms sent to members were returned with pledges. And of all the forms sent to members, old members, and friends, 42% were returned. 61%, wait a minute, that gives us a 51% average on our participation thermometer.
And a little tidbit I learned last week from a treasurer from another UU congregation. The average for congregations is to get, what was it, 24 to 27%, and we're at 54. Ooh, exciting. Okay, so can you explain why this number is what it is?
Well, unlike most religions, to be a member at NUUC, it only takes $1 annual commitment. And some folks don't know that they don't have to give the funds right up front, so they don't turn in their form.
Oh, so if somebody wants to contribute, they can just do a little bit throughout the year?
That's it. But because that isn't always understood, they don't turn in the forms so that they can stay members.
Ah, okay, I get it now. All right, well, thank you very much for clearing that up.
Let me be clear,
Tam,
we
let me
cherish.
interrupt you.
I'm sorry, President Rebecca, can you say that again?
I'd like to hear, because we cherish even the smallest amount of commitment on the fair giving scale, the committee will be receiving, reaching out by email, text, and making calls to give members a chance to get those forms no matter what amount feels good to them.
And for those who requested to pledge digitally, here's a link and a QR code to simplify giving.
This year, we asked members to increase their pledge 10% to cover current costs. How many answered the call?
25 individuals and families added 10% to their annual commitment,
Wow.
and 16 individuals and families actually doubled their giving.
That's phenomenal. Give yourselves a hand.
And so many
What
more
about
have
the big
increased.
number?
One more time, say that again.
Oh, I'm wondering what the final number is. What's the big
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Vanna.
Okay. Remember last week's goal? Or last week what we had was $113,000. This week, we are at $147,000, $147,991. We can still make it.
You know, that is fantastic. And we will have our annual auction in the fall and other fundraisers throughout the year. Thank you, Kathy. Well done, everybody. This has been a successful pledge drive, and I'm so pleased at everyone's effort to keep our chalice lit another year.
Well, thank you, Kathy, and thank you very much, Rebecca. We appreciate you being on our show. And this has been, wait, tell me good news.
Excuse me, Tam?
Yes, Rebecca?
Can we now please get over all this pledge drive stuff and get back to our regularly scheduled program?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Yes, we can certainly do that. Thank you very much for calling in, and we will save you one of these really amazing taped together sexy mugs. Friends, this pledge drive has been fantastic, but the fun continues.
Join us in Parker Hall. Join us in Parker Hall after the service for a celebration of you and what you have done. Chef Jason provided some gourmet treats along with goodies from our coffee team.
Woo! Thank the two of them. Great.
Can we give them another big round of applause? You know, over the last 8 years or so that Herb and I have been here, we've done many, many hikes. I have to admit, though, that I'm always a bit nervous about running into a bear or a mountain lion or a moose. As long as the sun is out and shining brightly, I can usually put my fear behind me. As the sun begins to set, though, I can feel my fear increasing as it becomes harder to see what's ahead. The darker it gets, the more fearful I become, and I turn around to head back. But then I realize that the way back has become dark as well and doesn't seem so safe. In those moments, if I'm not careful, panic can take over, and then I'll see shadows of bears everywhere, right? Y'all know, right? Well, in today's world, it feels like I'm in a similar situation. The sun is setting quickly, making it harder to see my way forward. The path behind me is growing darker, and as I look back, I realize there isn't a path back to what was. I can feel my panic beginning to grow, and I'm struggling to hold on to my sense of stability in a world that feels increasingly dark and unfamiliar. But then I remember I have a choice on how to be in this moment. And so I pause, I take a deep breath, and I focus on what I know to be true. My sense of calm begins to return, and I become more hopeful. And with hope, there's always a way forward. So this morning, I want to share my hope with you by sharing some things I put my trust in that brightens my path in those moments when all I can see is darkness and I can't seem to find my way. So today, I'm trusting in love. The love we share in this community, the love that makes us stronger than any news story, any executive order, or any reckless politician. Today, I'm trusting that as life offers me challenges and opportunities to learn and grow, that with the support of this community, I can lean in, I can grow through the challenge, and know I'll be okay. Today, I'm trusting that if I start to drift too far off center, this community will gently nudge me back toward the right way of thinking. Today, I'm trusting that when I fall short, and I will, and I stand accountable, this community will offer me the grace to come back home. Today, I'm trusting that even in my 7th decade, I can still learn to sing in harmony with the choir. Today, I'm trusting that when I need to be held, and there will surely be those times, this community will be there to hold me. And finally, today, I trust without a doubt that my minister has my best interest at heart as well as the best interest of this community, and that together she will help us all find a way forward. So today, as I light this chalice, wherever I can make my way over here, so today, as I light this chalice, I am trusting that the light of this community, of my community, will always be there to guide me back home.
Thank you, Debbie. Thank you. And we trust each other when we give to this congregation and support our half plate recipient week after week after week. And those checks that we send out to our half plates are usually around $1,500. Yeah, over 2 months. Isn't that great? Sometimes it's closer to 2,000. And right now, we are supporting wildlands restoration volunteers. It started with just 20 people and has grown to 3,500 volunteers. Wildland Restoration Volunteers empowers residents to care for the land through Wildland University and a bilingual youth and family program. Their activities are along the Front Range, including projects on the Big Thompson River. And if you'd like more information, you can go to their website or you can ask Pedro Lopez, a member of our congregation who serves on their board. So please, my friends, be generous. Thank you. And for our offering, we're going to sing Spirit of Life, but we'll stay seated. The second time is just groups. Thank you for all of the ways, all of the many, many ways that you support this congregation and keep it alive and thriving and making a difference in the world. Thank you. So each week, we have a lot going on in our lives. We have many things happening. And we have joys and sorrows and concerns and so many things. And we get to know our community at this moment by sharing our joys and sorrows. So if you have a brief and personal joy or sorrow that you would like to share, you can either come forward, or I think it's been working well for me to bring the microphone around. So raise your hand if you would like me to bring the microphone to you. And those of you on Zoom, please share your comments in the chat, and our Zoom host will read them aloud. Thank you.
Mary Ellen and I have a special joy today to share with you guys.
We just
Speak right here, there you go.
we just celebrated our first year of being here, and this week,
Yeah.
and we're just so grateful for each and every one of you. You bring such joy to us, and we love being part of this community.
Thank you.
Let's say we hold you in our hearts. We hold you in our hearts with lots of love and celebration. Thank you. Good.
My name is Kathy, and I have a joy and a sorrow, but I'm cheating a little bit. The joy is that many years ago, I got to attend General Assembly in person in Portland, Oregon, and you too can have that opportunity. And the deadline is not tomorrow. The first deadline for earlier registration price is tomorrow. But the General Assembly is actually in Baltimore in June, and we do have support for people who might want to attend in person. Not a lot, unfortunately, but it's also done virtually, and we can help. There's registration fees for that, too. So if you would like to get more information or attend, you can talk to me. You can certainly talk to Dana, and we'll give you all the information you need, and it should be in the newsletter this month, too.
And that's it? Did you have a sorrow?
Oh, my sorrow is I'm not going to be able to go in person this year.
Okay. Thank you, Kathy. Other joys and here we go.
I have a joy, and it's that I'm back. It's nice to see everyone happy, and yeah, it's nice to see. It's nice to see everyone.
Well, that's our joy too, and we hold you in our hearts. Can I give you a hug? So glad you're here. Avery is our junior worship associate too, so she helps us with services from time to time, and those are awesome. Oh, great.
Hi, I have a joy too. I'm back too, Avery. And it feels so good. Oh my gosh, I love all you guys so much. My other joy is, I guess I can say this. We have been demonstrating outside of Tesla for, thank you, a month and a half or since the winter, since the cold, since the 0 degrees. And it's been building and building and building. And yesterday we had almost 500 people there. Wow. Yes. Yeah. 450 or something like that. But anyway, there I did notice, well, there was probably about 8 of us there, and keep it up. See, well, next Saturday, there's going to also be a protest, but it's called Hands Off, and you may have heard about it. There's going to be a site at 10 o'clock till 2 o'clock at the South Park in Loveland. There's also going to be one in Fort Collins and Longmont, but for the Hardy Road Warriors, let's go to Denver. So that's where there's going to be a head count. I would really love it if we all would do that. We're going to meet here at 9:30, many of us, to carpool. So if you're interested, come next Saturday. It'll be awesome. Thanks.
Thank you, Sue. Yeah. Many of us have been involved in meetings and protests, and I was at the state legislature for Lobby Day, and it'd be great to bring some of you with me next time for that. Great.
I guess that sparked a memory here. Last week ago, Friday, I went to the Greeley with Bernie Sanders and AOC, and
great.
She was fantastic. And it just occurred to me this moment. She ended with, it doesn't matter if you're a Democrat or a Republican or independent, if you can care about somebody you don't know, you're in the right place. And now I'm thinking, maybe she's a Unitarian.
You know, when I was in Boulder, we had an entire family living in the church under sanctuary from the congregation. And AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, occasionally would stop by to visit that family, along with Joe Neguse, who actually managed to get a temporary stay of removal. But now they're under threat. Yeah. And as was Jeanette Viseguera taken in Denver, we're really concerned that Ingrid Encalada Lotore might also be deported. So may we just take a moment. Ingrid Encalada Lotore is their mother. She's from Peru. So if we can hold all of the immigrants, legal and undocumented, who are being deported, in our hearts, and may we grieve the loss that they are suffering and the heartbreak and everything that they're going through. Let us not turn our backs. Let us not look away. Let us hold them deep in our hearts. May it be so.
And Dana, we also have a couple on Zoom.
Okay, we got one more over here.
Okay.
Or maybe two.
Well, I'm going to throw joy in after that. Our son, who moved to Canada about 6 months ago, finally got a job. And the thing that's great about it is he's an American and he owns a Tesla. So.
Right on. Well, we hold him and you in our hearts. Joy. Okay. Doug?
Yeah, on Zoom, Anne-Marie Kayinsky says that she's very grateful for all the help that she's gotten this week. And it's for the past 4 weeks. And it's been greatly appreciated. Still no weight bearing on the Frankenstein foot, and four more weeks to go, she thinks.
Oh, wow.
And Janet Gillette says...
We're just going to say, Anne-Marie, we hold you in our hearts with love, and may you heal well and continue to, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, and the Buckmeyers, her father died this past week.
Yep, Jennifer Buckmeyer's father, who was 99 years old. Pete told me 99, that he had a couple months left before he could turn 100. Yeah, and he was in hospice care, but he did finally pass. I think it was Tuesday. So we hold them in our hearts for sure.
And Janet Gillette says that her sorrow is that she's not here physically with us. She's on Zoom.
Well, Janet, great to see you, and we hold you in our hearts and send you lots of healing love. Okay, thank you. And my friends, if we could just take a moment and close our eyes just for a moment, breathing together in and out, and feeling the love and care of goodwill that we have for each other and that we have for this world. May it bring healing, and may our bonds grow strong. May it be so. Amen. Our meditation today is a beautiful piece of music. Wasn't that an amazing meditation? Ryan mentioned at choir practice that singing in a choir is an act of trust. It absolutely is. We are trusting each other to create beauty together. It is a group effort to create these harmonies, each person listening and blending with the others while holding their own. Together creating beauty with the harmonies and lifting up the eloquent words with the love in your heart as the only song. There is no such beauty as where you belong. Isn't that beautiful? That's where I want to be. I don't know about you. Life is beautiful when we trust each other to harmonize together. And I need to be brought back to this truth and this possibility now more than ever. Perhaps you're familiar with Brene Brown's work. I have mentioned her before, and I know many of you have studied Brene Brown. Brene Brown, if you're not familiar with her, is a research professor at the University of Houston. She primarily studies shame, vulnerability, trust, and courage. Brene talks about trust, that it is like a marble jar. And she got this metaphor from her daughter's 3rd grade class. When the class is doing well, you see, that they earn marbles with the goal of being able to have a party. What 3rd grader doesn't want to have a party? What adult doesn't want to have a party? And they lose marbles when there are problems and troubles. So Brene Brown explains that trust is built in very small moments. That's when we put marbles in. These small moments might be when friends show up for each other, remembering birthdays, attending funerals with friends. Trust grows when we can depend on people to tell us the truth. She says, another huge marble jar moment for people is that I trust because he'll ask for help when he needs it. That's a big one. How many of us feel comfortable asking for help? Yeah. I saw a couple hands, right on, that's great. But that's one way we build trust. She shares this quote from researcher John Gottman. There is the opportunity to build trust, and there's the opportunity to betray. Because as small as the moments of trust can be, those are the moments of betrayal as well. To choose to not connect when the opportunity is there is a betrayal. So it is with marble jar people, the ones who have earned their marbles with us and have filled their jars over the years with small moments that build trust, that we can share the hard stuff. They have earned our trust for us to be vulnerable enough to tell them our stories. Now, during our pledge campaign, I've been deeply touched by the stories that I have heard from so many of you talking about this trust that you have with one another, building these deep relationships that you have together. A lot of our newcomers are becoming best friends, and you can see it before our eyes. It's beautiful. So, my friends, you maybe didn't realize this, but you are marble jar people. And that is what this community is built on. And I came across a great quote I have to share. It's an illustration of marble jar friends from Lord of the Rings. But it does not seem that I can trust anyone, said Frodo. Sam looked at him unhappily. It all depends on what you want, put in Merry. You can trust us to stick with you through thick and thin, to the bitter end. And you can trust us to keep any secret of yours closer than you keep it yourself. But you cannot trust us to let you face trouble alone and go off without a word. We are your friends, Frodo. Marble jar people do let us down from time to time, but what matters is that we are committed to each other and to repairing the ruptures that happen when they do. I trust that when the marble jar spills over, that we run after the marbles and we begin putting them back in. Or to switch metaphors, we glue the pieces of the pot back together and create something even more beautiful and strong from the broken parts. That's trust, and that's trusting each other. But what about this notion of trusting life? Now, I'll let you in on a little secret. I always share with you the things that I'm wrestling with myself. If I'm wrestling with it, it's like, well, maybe you're wrestling with it too. And I find trust to be a challenge sometimes. So I have to remind myself to trust life. But what does that mean? You see, some of us here are theists. We believe in some entity that some may call God or other things. And some of us are non-theists, maybe atheist or humanist. And some of us are pantheists, we could go on. And most of us are just spiritual explorers. Yeah, but we're all different and we're thinking things through for ourselves. And I just have to say my favorite line, thank the God we may or may not believe in, it is not my job to tell you what to think. So when it comes to trusting life as your minister, I can't say to you, well, just trust God and all will be well. Well, I could, but that doesn't fly, and I know that. I might not have a job that long. And it would be disingenuous, too, for me to say that I believe that, because I don't necessarily believe that. And it's okay if you do, it's just we have a wide variety of beliefs in our congregation. But the truth is, all is not well in our world, and to lie to ourselves that it is undermines trust. It doesn't build it. Consistently telling the truth, no matter how hard it is to say or to hear, is what actually builds trust. And yet, I have learned over the years that we also do ourselves a disservice if we fall into thinking that just because we are not looking to a deity to save us, that life cannot change unless we personally fix it. Any of you fell down that rabbit hole before? I have. Yeah. Because we're lacking in our trust for life. Trust is not about knowing or understanding or controlling everything before you can trust. I kind of thought it was, but no, it's not. Trust is actually something that we need to practice. And mostly it is the practice of doing all we can to let go and to tend to life and let go. Let it go. Do what we can and let it go. I'll admit it's not the easiest thing for me. Maybe you're pretty good at it, but it's a challenge for me. Every day, whether you trust or not, you do have the air to breathe, water to drink, hopefully food to eat and shelter over your head. And eventually, someday, we will not even need any of these things because we can trust in the truth that we will all eventually die. Facing this truth is a gift to help us live. And there is the truth of the great mystery of life, the unknown that we dance with every day of our lives. These are the seen and unseen forces shaping our world and our lives all the time. Just the fact that each and every one of you are here in this room in this moment is unique, because I can pretty much guarantee that we will never have exactly the same people in this room at exactly the same moment ever again. It's like a river. It's always changing and passing. And we're so deeply connected that we cannot know how we influence each other all the time. So just, if you're not too sure about that statement, just look how traffic affects your life. You are surrounded and affected by thousands of random strangers every time you go out there. And you're trusting on them to keep you safe, and they're trusting you to keep them safe. And we never know. So life gives us profound experiences, and synchronicities happen, and sometimes we find ourselves at the right place at the right time in just the way we had hoped, and we have no idea how it all came together. Raise your hand if you've had this experience. Yeah. It's a wow moment. I live for those wow moments. Well, I experience life, and I'm reminded to experience life as an underlying support of goodwill. It doesn't mean that there aren't dangers, and it doesn't mean that bad things don't happen. But so often, when something bad could have happened, it didn't. Another close call. When we talk about love at the center, perhaps we imagine this love is the human-made love, human-generated. For love is at the center of our shared values, which is on the screen. But our Unitarian Universalist ancestors talked about a love that permeates the universe. Perhaps we are not the generators of love as much as we are the conductors or the transmitters of love if we choose. It doesn't come from us, but through us, if we let it. And the source is infinite, always there. No matter what, no matter what's going on in the politics, no matter what's happening in our lives. It is what Viktor Frankl, survivor from the Holocaust and psychologist and researcher, he describes this way. For the first time in my life, I saw the truth as it is set into songs by so many poets, proclaiming as the final wisdom by so many thinkers, the truth that love is the ultimate and highest goal to which man can aspire. Then I grasped the meaning of the greatest secret of the human poetry and human thought and belief have to impart. The salvation of man is through love and in love. And since I was using his quote, we'll just make sure that we all understand it means a person of any gender. Thank you very much. This love shows up in all the ways that the universe gives life each and every moment of every day until our life is over. Now, if you're not connecting with these words, just take a breath and let it go. Oh, another moment of life gifted to you by the earth, by the universe, right there. And again. And then it keeps giving life to others when we're long gone. And all who have come before and all who have come after, we are just a part. This is the deepest love, hidden in plain sight, the love of life that is always with us, keeping us alive. Can you feel that? Can you feel the blood in your body moving? Can you feel life within you pulsing? It is a gift. It doesn't come from hatred. It doesn't come from anger. It comes from love. The Hindus call it prana. The Taoists call it chi. The Sufis call it ishq. And I'm sure there are many other names for it. The generative power of love. And this love comes through us when we truly care for one another, when we become marble jar people for one another. We are expanding the power of this love. To trust life is to trust this love is bigger than any human or any civilization. You can think of it as a deity or not, and you cannot believe in it. I don't know that it's a belief thing. It is an energy, the elemental creative force that we can observe and we can feel. Like I said, it is not anger, hatred, dominance, or fear. Those are tightening and diminishing and shutting down the power, the creative power of love. This we're talking about is relaxed and endlessly expanding through our open hearts. Through our open hearts. Can you feel your heart and inviting it to open? And being that conductor, that transmitter of love. Something I don't usually do, but I'm going to invite all of you to join with me right now in the spirit of prayer. You can think of it as a meditation if that feels better to you. So I invite us to settle into this open heart, to the most genuine part of yourself, that part that is truly the essence of love. It's there within each and every one of us. Spirit of life and love, we give thanks for all the days of our lives. We give thanks for this love and goodwill that is with us and in us and is us always. We open our hearts with yet another breath to feel this universal life force, the power of love. We invite this love into the center of our being, that which is most worthy of trust. May we continue to refine the ways this love flows through us to bless the world, ourselves, over and over again, and letting go of all the worries and concerns and return to this deep essence of love that is us. May it be so. Amen. And with that, I invite us to rise in body or spirit and sing together when our heart is in a holy place. My friends, I invite you to reach out and connect with each other in whatever way is comfortable for you, embodying the spirit of our community, being our blessed, beloved community, joined together. Remember, with faith to face our challenges, and with love that casts out fear, with hope to trust tomorrow, we accept this day as a gift, the gift that it is, a reason for rejoicing. May it be so. Amen. Thank you.